no unhappy employees.
Gambino Ford and Lincoln Mercury, Gambino Toyota, Niagara Falls, Gambino Ford, Lockport.
Roberto Duran fought Hagler to a standstill. Now he's back to challenge a new middleweight champion, Iran the Blade Barkley. Barkley seized the WBC title with a spectacular knockout of Thomas Hearns. Barkley's dream is to avenge the defeat of his friend Davey Moore by Duran. The undercard of the WBC Middleweight Championship will feature the professional debut of 4 Olympic medalists. Top Rank presents this special pay-per-view event live February 24th at 9 p.m. Eastern. To order, contact your cable system.
Budweiser presents Top Rank Boxing live Tuesday nights on ESPN.
Way back in 1965, the first V8 engine was put in a modified dragster tractor. And since then, the sport has revolutionized into the heaviest show on wheels. Let's go now to the modified dragster tractors, the triple engine tractors, and the Allison V12s. It's going to be a wild show, and here we go. Wayne Cook from Russellville, Kentucky with Weekend Joy. John Carlton on deck with the Virginia Farmer. Hang on to the V12. In the modified dragster tractor class, Wayne Cook was our test puller. Now, he went out of bounds on the right-hand side of the track, and he's disqualified. Even though he's the test puller, once you go out of bounds, you're disqualified. He will not be able to make any more runs tonight. The Virginia Farmer from Little Plymouth, just up the road, they've got to be considered the hometown favorite. John Carlton is having trouble getting it into gear as Mark Miller comes over to rock the tractor back and forth so the transmission will lock into place. Now he nods and says everything's ready to go. Watch his hand on the throttle. He'll bury that throttle. Watch the butterflies open up. Here we go. Wayne Cook, this will be his second tractor.
Wayne Cook is up in his other vehicle, Color Me Gone, also powered by one of the big Allison V12 fighter plane engines.
Wayne Cook with 2 tractors in the class. He already had Weekend Joy disqualified for running out of bounds at 123.48. So Wayne Cook with Color Me Gone. Some of these engines have been injected on alcohol. Some still run on aviation gas. Most of the engines are still stock. Used to be able to buy the engine for $500. Now they'll cost you about $5,000. There are not many of these engines left in America. Wayne Cook, Russellville, Kentucky, Color Me Gone. Wayne Cook out of Russellville, Kentucky. He was disqualified with his first tractor, but he now moves into second place now with Color Me Gone, 147.87. The leader right now is John Carlton at 185.70. Number 2 is Wayne Cook with Color Me Gone. And here comes Bob Elliott out of Mayfield, Kentucky with the Fancy Farmer. Somewhere about 5,500 horsepower. He'll burn 13 gallons of alcohol from the time he leaves the line till the time he gets to the other end. Watch the superchargers open up. Here it goes. They love you here. It's the first fall pole of the evening. Congratulations, a great show. Just a tremendous display of horsepower.
Well, it's a good track tonight. But the show's not over. We got a lot more hot tractors back there. I just wish this was the last run.
All right, get your cameras on, everybody. Take a picture of it.
There is no cure for baldness, no accepted restorative for lost hair. But now there is hope. Now there is Vivigen. Vivigen Hair Enrichment Treatment Program from Redken. Redken research has shown that calcium buildup causes the end of the hair's growth cycle. Vivigen reduces the level of harmful calcium on the hair, decreases the rate of hair loss, extends and enhances the life of thinning hair. 79% of those testing Vivigen reported a decrease in hair loss after just 2 months. And now you can experience Vivigen. Call Redken's special toll-free number, 1-800-525-7200. We'll send you a brochure explaining the Vivigen program, the name of the salon nearest you that carries Vivigen, and free samples of our new Vivigen shampoo. Call now, because if you're losing hair, every minute you wait is a mistake.
Life is a series of choices. What you eat, how you look, whether you do drugs or not. You know, cocaine, crack. See, only you can decide, because the only person responsible is you. Now, if you make the right choice, there's nothing you can't accomplish. If you make the wrong choice, all your other decisions are made for you.
Brand new tractor for 1988. He says, I'm ready to go. Give me the green flag. Let's turn it loose. Boston, Maryland. Here it is. There he goes. Man, great run. Oh, wow. Woo. Here's the All-Pro Auto Parts War Wagon, driven by Paul Norman out of Charlotte, North Carolina. You're looking at a $150,000 modified dragster tractor. Paul Norman lining up the sled right in the center of the track. These engines are staircase. There's a clutch on each engine. How do you get these 3 engines to run together? Each one of the clutches is what we call a centrifugal drive clutch. As the RPMs of the engine come up, the clutch locks in. Watch his hand on the throttle. He'll burn about 15 gallons of alcohol from the time he leaves the line to the other end. Here it comes. We have a pull-off. We have a pull-off. Yeah, oh boy. Woo! Paul Norman, Charlotte, North Carolina. They love you here in Hampton. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dave.
Well, I tell you, that was a beautiful pull, but you had a little bit of a rocky start on the starting line.
Sure did, Dave. It did want to come out of the hole. I backpedaled it a little bit and tried to plant the tires in the ground, and it seemed to work for us.
Is that what happens when you back off the throttle and then get back into it?
Yeah, what you do is you slow the tires down a little bit and then try to plant them into the ground.
You got a good chance to win this in the pull-off, don't you?
Well, we're going to keep our fingers crossed.
Let's give him a nice round of applause, everybody. The All-Pro Auto Parts Special, the War Wagon. We are going to go to the tractor that is currently number 3 in the TNT Red Man points. Paul Norman is currently number 1 in the 1988 point standings. But here comes the tractor that's number 3 and is only 13 points behind. He pulls up now to a tight hitch. He needs nothing less than a full pull. We already have 2 full pulls. Let's see if we can make it 3. It's close. Oh, wow. Woo. It's close. I don't know if he made it or not. Fred Freeman.
It's official, a full pull for Fred Freeman and the Mean Mistreater. That makes it a 3-way battle for the number 1 spot. And it's a tough trio for sure. Paul Norman in the wondrous War Wagon. Fred Freeman and the mighty Mean Mistreater from Indiana. Robert Elliott in the ferocious Fancy Farmer out of the Bluegrass State. They'll go head-to-head when we return with the pull-off. Teams from 87 into 7200 modified class. Fancy Farmer came into 88 at number 7, and Paul Norman and the War Wagon were right behind them in 9th. Robert Elliott is a veteran with years of track experience. He's going to need the benefit of those years to pull this one off. The Fancy Farmer runs out of power at 163.67 feet. It's still anyone's ball game, and Paul Norman has the War Wagon ready to run.
Watch the pylon. That's the distance to me. 163.67. The current TNT Redman All-American Pulling Series points leader. This guy is number 1. He's good. He can put the hammer down. He's got 6,000 horsepower. Here he goes. You can see here is the problem right now, and boy, he didn't want this to happen. Well, they've come out there. They want to make sure they don't use some of the extinguishers. They want to use the halon extinguisher so they don't mess up the engine. Here is what happened, Paul. The bottom pulley has disintegrated. It's completely come apart. The bottom pulley on the coming off the crankshaft is literally disintegrated. So he is out of the competition. All right, here comes, ladies and gentlemen, the heartbeat of America. Probably the number 1 Chevrolet modified dragster puller in America. This guy can do it. He knows how to drive this track. Remember, he said he's not telling his secrets. Let's see how he comes off the line. Fast Freddie Freeman out of Waitsville, Indiana. Watch that right hand go down. He'll roll that tractor out about 5 feet. He'll bury that throttle on the right hand. Here he comes. Freeman, mean MISTREATER wins it here. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, the winner in the 7,200-pound modified dragster tractor class. Fred Freeman with mean MISTREATER, one of the toughest Chevrolet modified dragster tractors you ever want to see. Congratulations, Fred. A spectacular pull tonight.
Thank you, Dave.
All right, now I'm going to ask you, we asked this before you went to the pull-off, what was your...
Have a great game day.